very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on this edition of the show. It promises to be exciting as always. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, we'll continue with the aftermath of the Paris Olympics. It's no longer news that Team Nigeria didn't do as well as a lot of us wanted, and we'll continue to take a look at all of the issues and look at the way forward. Also, upon us is the start of the English Premier League. We'll talk about that as we move on. We'll talk about Edo Queens. We'll talk some women's football. We'll also do our best to give you what's happening in the grassroots, talking football. So that's the outlook of the show today. We have a special guest in the house. I do not intend to let the cat out of the bag, but let me give you a clue. The first Nigerian to win an individual medal in athletics is the guest that we have. So work on that. Then when we're done, you know who I'm referring to. My colleague Oslo Konakwan is with me, and we're taking this ride together along the money spinning world of sports.
What greetings to you wherever you are in the world watching us. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. Still an action-packed world of sports. In Nigeria, the question is still ringing loud. Who should be blamed for the country's abysmal performance at the Paris Olympics? We're yet to get answers, particularly as regards who failed to register favor of Philly, the Ministry of Sports Development, the Nigeria Olympic Committee, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, and other federations that took part at the Olympics, still dancing blues and reggae. We hope that these Olympics will be the eye-opener for Nigeria to reform sports and get us back to the glory days.
All right, Austin has started. We're here for serious business. You're talking about blues and reggae. I really don't want to laugh, but we'll try to keep a straight face and go ahead with the business of the day. All right, let me just quickly introduce our special guest in, of course, the Lagos studio. Of course, I said the first Nigerian to win an Olympic medal in athletics joins us now. Falilat Ogunkoya joins us on the show. Greetings to you, madam. Feels so good to see you in person and to be able to have this interview with you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. My colleague just laid it out, and that's where we want to start. Our performance at the just concluded Olympics. Some people say there's enough blame to share. But where does the blame lie, really?
You see, the blame relies on the athlete. The athlete will tell you, I've done my best. And that is what they did. They have done their best. So there's no way the official cannot go there and compete. The administrators, they cannot go there and compete. It's the athletes that will go out there and compete. So the blame have to go to the athletes.
Okay. Let me go around it this way, because there seems to be an uproar, and I'm very sure my colleague will follow up with that. There seems to be an uproar. A lot of people believe the athletes are not getting enough support, enough whatever you want to call it, from the federations that should prepare them for the event. So, as an ex-athlete, as somebody who has gone through it, gone to the highest level, are you saying, in spite of what they may not be getting, an athlete should still get the job done?
Athletes knows that I'm an athlete. That is my job. When it's your job, you train very hard. All the athletes in the world, what they will tell you that I want to be in the Olympics, I want to medal in the Olympics. So they want to medal in the Olympics.
Okay.
You know, Nigeria, whatever they want to do is always last minute. So Nigeria is a tough country, and when you are representing Nigeria, you have to be tough. So you have to do the training very well with your coach and say, this is where I'm going, and the coach will know, and the coach will train you toward that Olympics.
All right. Okay. Let me pause there. I'm very sure Austin has a few follow-up questions as well.
Madam Falilat Ogunkoya, good to see you. Good to have you on the show. This is an interesting angle you have brought to the conversation. Now, let's talk about the passion of athletes. I grew up adoring you, Fatima Yusuf, Chioma Jonwa, Christy Okpara, back in the day, in the 90s, you guys made athletics in Nigeria look so good. Is it that the passion has dropped now, or these current crop of athletes don't understand what it means to represent Nigeria?
They understand. They are Nigerian athletes. That is why they want to represent Nigeria. But you have to know that they know they have to work very hard. But when things don't work out, we like to blame everybody. But you cannot blame everybody. They are Nigerians. They want to represent Nigeria. Even some people that are not Nigerian wants to be part of Nigerian team. So you have to tell the athlete you have not done very well. And she will say, or he or she will say they are sorry. Next time is 2028. We need to start bidding up to 2028 right now.
My legend, I'm sure you would agree that it's a collective effort. Going to the Olympics is a big deal. Yes, you have dumped this on the athletes, but let's just look at the other side: administration, coaching, the technical aspects. Come on, legend. They have some blames, don't they?
You see, when you see Nigerian athletes, some of them don't even listen to our coach in Nigeria. They don't listen to our coach in Nigeria. They listen to the American coaches. Those are the people that have been with them.
But it was not the American coach that took off favor of Philly's name from the 100 meters. I really want to understand the role administration plays that sometimes affect the passion of athletes and have them put their hands on their heads.
You see, when it comes to Ophili used to run my event, which is 400 meters. But now she runs 100 and 200 meters. But you have to, they didn't put her in the 100 meters. So she has more energy to run in the 200 meters. So whatever happened to her, but she's still healthy. She can still go to Europe and make money and get ready for 2028.
Okay. I asked you this when I saw you, and I said, back in the day when Austin had mentioned a host of stars that we all grew up knowing, you guys were winning medals. These administrative issues that everybody is screaming about, did we have it back then as well?
You see, that time we have people that in the ministry that love sport. I don't know about the people there now, but these people, I remember how Dr. Adamu contributed to my success in 1996. I wanted to go for a meet, but he called my coach and said, why Fali is running don't let her run too many races. And they decided to pay me the money that I'm getting in a meet for me to train very hard to concentrate and be able to run very well in Atlanta. But the people there now, I don't know. When they see people that have done this sport, they feel that maybe you are coming there to take their job. Nobody is taking nobody's job. We are there to help, to talk to the athletes, to do this. Because if the athletes are not listening to the Nigerian coaches, you cannot see me and tell me, say you don't know me. I will tell you, my name is Falilat Ogunkoya. And then I will talk to you in a manner that you will understand whatever I'm telling you.
Okay, let me come around this way because I'm really surprised because a lot of people would have expected you to say, oh, administrators, this, that, but you seem not to be going in that direction. But again, I want to piggyback to what Austin said. Are we saying that the administrators have no blame whatsoever?
They had a blame in what happened to Philly. They didn't put her in the 100 meters. What happened? Ask Gumel. Gumel is the head of NOC and the Secretary General of NOC and the technical director of AFN. You see, when you put all these athletes they are running, the president of AFN need to call the technical director. How far? Who is running the 100? Who is running the 200? Who is this? Who is this? You have to sit with him and tell him this is what I have done. I don't know how they got the NOC and AFN got that wrong.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree because we've heard from the minister. I understand that he is the leader of sports in Nigeria, but it's about time the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Abu Gumel, and the president of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, Tonobok Okowa, sit down, address the media, let us understand the issues that happened right there at the Olympics in Paris, particularly with favor of Philly, because those are two key persons we've not heard from, and it's just so wrong. Legend, let's talk about the first National Transporter Games. You're involved in that one. What is it all about?
You see, we are all transporters, and they are they want to do the competition this year in October. I will tell you, if Nigerian police can have some of the athletes in Nigeria, we want some of the transporters to come out and compete in Ogun State in October 20 to 26, for them to see that they can even help us to train some of their people that they can feature in 2028.
Okay.
Oh wow! Oh wow! That's a bold call right there, because you need to make sure that there is top-notch medical facilities, because most of those transporters might not be fit enough to even run the 100 meters. How much more run your events, the 400s?
But they can run 100, they can run 200, they can do short put, they can do long jump, they can do javelin, they can do discus.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I mean, there will have been something that piqued your interest and wanted and allowed you to say, okay, let me back these people. I like what they're doing, and you're already saying they may contribute athletes to Team Nigeria. I don't know, but what are the things you saw, before we let you go, what are the things you saw that make you go all out to back these transporters?
When the person that came to talk to me, I know is a very serious person. And this is the first in the world, first transporter games in the whole wide world. It's the first. And I want to be part of history. And that is why I said, okay, let's go. When you are ready, call me. I will be there. And anytime they want to do meeting, they always call me. I'm always go there to listen to whatever they want to say.
We're hearing that they're going to be using some state-of-the-art facilities, and they're expecting a lot of dignitaries, and the event is in October. So what are some of the things you're expecting?
I'm expecting them to come, not, to have peace among themselves. There are about 12 different kinds of unions. So I want all of them to be friends and come together and be like, sport is where all of us come together.
Okay, I think we have to leave it at that. Madam Falilat Ogunkoya, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. Hopefully, we'll get to hear from you and talk more about some of these issues. All right, we need to take a quick time out. Let's listen to someone who has competed at the Olympics for around 7 times, talking table tennis, Funke Oshonaike. Let's listen to her. We'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
Funke Oshonaike, what sort of experience was it for Team Nigeria table tennis at the Olympics?
Experience, not a very good experience. Everybody lost, and especially Kodri Aruno that lost in the first round. That was very, very painful. I think right now it's over. It's better right now for everybody to go to the drawing table and start all over. It's over then. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we've got our experience here, and everybody just have to move on to the next level.
Okay, that drawing table, is there space there again? Because we've been saying the same thing over and over again. What can we start doing that we can action right away to change table tennis in Nigeria?
Oh, very, very good question that I love so much. We have a lot of young, talented players in Nigeria. And right now, as I'm talking to you, the best thing for NTTF to do right now is to get all those young players. We have the like of Kuti and the rest. They are very, very good, But having talent talent is not enough. They need good training, and they need to keep going for almost like all the competition in a year. We in table tennis, we have a lot of competition almost every month in table tennis. So if they can be like, they want to take them for like 6 championships in a year. I'm talking about outside Nigeria. I'm talking about world table tennis competition. That would be great, so that they can prepare them for the next Olympic coming up in 4 years. We cannot again say, okay, in 4 years we're still going to be relying on Edem Offiong or Aruna Kadri. You understand what I'm saying? All of them are growing, and so it is right now, as we're talking right now, it is high time right now to just start all that.
And for the ladies, I'm glad you mentioned Edem Offiong. Fatima Bello made her debut at this Olympics. Are there areas for improvement? And what can we also do to bring more women into table tennis? Well, for instance, we've not replaced Funke Oshonaike yet.
Yeah, I think the problem again is coaches in Nigeria. You know, we need coaches, you know, like the ones that brought Funke Oshonaike up from Roebuck, you know, center in Alagomeji, Yaba. And I think that's what is lacking right now. When we talk about players, we have players, you understand. But right now we have more with boys than girls. I cannot categorically tell you right now that I can see one person, one female, you know, in table tennis, but I know they are somewhere, and I just hope that the coaches in Nigeria, they will start producing females so that we can have somebody like me, or not even me, better than me in the next 4 years. It is very, very important for me. I'm trying my best to actually see what is going on, but I cannot see, and I just hope that somebody will wake up one day and bring out like a 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9, you understand, 9-year-old girl to, you understand, to be training for the, you know, for the next Olympic, even if it's not going to be for the next Olympic, for the, you understand, for the ones coming after Los Angeles. I hope I can be able to see one.
Okay, let's talk generally about Team Nigeria and our performance at this Olympics. From an athlete's point of view, what are the lessons that we must go back home and implement to change our sport?
Oh God, I'm so very sad. I'm very, very disappointed. But yeah, life happens to everybody. I think I spoke about it. The lesson is that we should not be waiting for like a year or 6 months before we start preparing for Olympics. It is high time immediately everybody get back home, you know. We should just start right now. We should start right now. Bring every association, every federation have to bring out somebody that they will be training for the next 4 years.
Welcome back. Interesting conversation we've had with the legend herself, Falilat Ogunkoya. Then we've made a switch. We just listened to Funke Oshonaike talking about Team Nigeria, special focus on the table tennis team. Damino Lonifadi joins us now. I'll let you off the hook. I won't bring back what you said.
What did I
before
say?
Team. I'll leave it. I'll let it go. But do something for us. You listen to the legend. You're also hearing the cries out there, and sum it all up in your own thoughts.
Summing up our Olympic performance.
Yes.
I think it was shambolic. I think it was disappointing. And I think there is enough blame to go around. There is enough blame to go around. I think the minister is making efforts to paint a picture of what the state of our sport administration is.
Yeah.
The only issue I have with him was that he didn't say it before the Olympics.
He should have said it before the
sounded
Olympics.
like a typical Nigerian coach that wants to go for a tournament and tell you we've had a good training, everything is well, only to lose and tell us we start preparation late. That's what the minister is doing. Going to the Olympics, the minister told us that we have all it takes to surpass our achievement, our greatest achievement at the Olympics. Now you came back from the Olympics, you are telling us that the story of the Olympics, the poor performance of the Olympics has nothing to do with you and your ministry, but that of the federation. You should have told us. Now we went to Cameroon not too long after you came on board. You are taking that glory that we did well in Cameroon, the Senior Athletics Championship.
So the fallout.
You have to also take the fall of the Olympics. That's what I fought with the minister. But if you want to share the blame, like the legend said, I think the athletes had their part to play. I don't think that the federation or the sport ministry is responsible for the performance of Aruna Kodri, for the performance of Tobi Amuson, for the performance of Adekoroye. I don't think so.
Put it on.
You can't put it on them. The athletes must also own up.
Yes.
That they disappointed.
I'm here to compete.
They disappointed. They must own up.
All right.
The federation might not have played their part, and the minister should stop pushing the blame.
Okay. All right. Let me go to Austin. I don't know how long we have before we go on the break. But the sports minister talked about a faulty structure. He says it's only the sports minister that cannot change people as he wants, cannot bring people he feels can do a good job. And you almost feel sorry for him because what he's saying is true. It's only in the sports ministry that people are untouchable. You do anything, interference.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree, but let it pass a clear message to politicians in Nigeria. When they want to give you sports ministry as thank you for campaign or party politics that you play, don't take it. Because now, John and Eno has shown us that this is a technical field. If you don't understand it, don't come near it. Because you've just been dancing at no music. So this is a clear message to the presidency, to anyone who wants to come into sports administration in Nigeria. If you lack the technical expertise, if you are not purpose-driven in that field, if you are not passionate, if you don't understand the inner workings of federations, go and take another ministry. The sports ministry isn't for you. That's it. Let's go on this quick break now. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on at grassroots football in Nigeria and, of course, so much more in our world of sports. Don't go anywhere. Hey. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Yes, sports development in Nigeria gets our attention now. And all of these issues that have come out of the Olympics, it's because we haven't given proper attention to sports at the grassroots. So we need to go back to the basics. So let's go back to the basics now. Let me let you know that the regional Lagos finals of the 5 Stars Premier League, that's a rapidly growing grassroots football tournament in Nigeria. It will kick off from August the 17th with 16 teams competing to emerge the state champions. This is very important, and it is in the 6th season of the league, which already has a winner in Abuja regional finals, and will also hold in Kwara and Kaduna over 4 months until the finals in October the 12th, 2024. The organizers, they're excited with the success of the grassroots football teams, which has produced football stars for the country's domestic leagues and players now plying their trades across the outside the country. So beautiful, particularly when you catch them young, when you put them through the basics, when it's going to, impact on the society and definitely produce talents for the country. Let's take a listen to some of the talking points coming out of these 5 Stars, 5-a-side competition. It's a grassroots initiative, and I'm so loving it.
The season started 15th June in Abuja, and then we're here in Lagos for the Lagos region, which starts a few days at the Butemeta pitch. So it's a clear indication that the grassroots is rising, and from all the things that happen in Abuja, it's evident that we wouldn't have more showcase here in Lagos. So far so good. We have 16 teams participating this season in Lagos, and we would be looking forward to have one winner that will join Abuja region, Kwara region and Kaduna region at the national finals happening in Abuja in October 12th. So I think so far we were amazed and to see the quality of players that are playing in the league, and then also some of them have decided to take it up a notch to play abroad. We have seen a lot of players scouted.
We've come a long way, and it all started with a dream, and basically right now we're already expanding, and we are taking it not just beyond grassroots level. We're trying to take everything beyond, and we are making sure that we're coming for everything positive that we can actually get and bring that publicity and that lifestyle to Nigeria as a whole, and not just Nigeria as a whole, not just Nigerian teams as a whole, not just Nigerian football, not just football in Nigeria. We're trying to make sure everyone and the world knows that there's a very, 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 very sufficient and a productive format and a productive platform for which every Nigerian dreamer, every Nigerian upcoming footballer, every Nigerian child can thrive and play soccer and actually develop and improve their skill and maximize their productivity.
We are happy to be supporting grassroots football players. Like I said, it doesn't get enough recognition. Most of the attention is on the final products, which are the international players. But if we want our players to be able to be scouted, then we need to start to hone their craft and support them. So as a brand, we are very happy to be supporting them.
I see that they are trying to help the young talents, help people bring out their potentials, make help people do what they can do best for them to showcase what they can do. So from there, they can see who or a team that is interested in them to sign them or to sponsor them. So that's what they're trying to do, unlocking new talent.
That's it. I love it at a grassroots. That's the home of development. That's where to start. Damilola Onifade, you see, these are the sort of initiatives I would expect the ministry to call people and sit with them and say, how can we help? We should stop this over-reliance on foreign athletes. They struggle, work their way through a proper system, come to Nigeria and will fail to register them for competitions.
Austin, you're very right. The primary function of the ministry is to create the enabling environment for sport to thrive.
Right.
The ministry's job is not to compete with federations, which I think is the language I'm a bit worried with, that the minister seems to be coming up after these Olympics. It should focus on infrastructure, getting the infrastructure first in place and then maintaining them, and ensuring that you fund grassroots sports. That's what ministry does. At the higher level, professional level, it's more of business. Sport must become business. People earn income. But at the level of under 16, under 15, even below, you create the structure and then you work with the technical department of every federation, and then you run those programs regularly. What I will expect to see moving forward, having come back from these Olympics and as poor as we've been in recent years, it's a program that will show what we want to do. But first of all, I think we have to even ask the administration that Senator Owa serves on that. What is the sport policy of this nation?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, irrespective of who is in the sport ministry, we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. What are we running? What's the program like? It's easy to say we're planning for 2028. Before we know 2028 is here, we are still saying the same story.
I'm going to say this, Damilola. Even though we are done with the Olympics in a way, we're in trouble. If we want to be honest with ourselves.
I agree with you.
I told you we're using painkillers, and you corrected me. You said we're not even using the correct painkillers.
We are not using the correct painkillers.
We are in trouble, and you see, the administrators, most of them are pulling a wool over our face, because we are going to competitions.
Exactly.
When the embarrassment gets to a level, we will stop going to competitions. And like you said, there's enough blame to go around.
Enough.
Look, let's not coddle athletes. The same way we demand results from administrators is the same way you should. Across board, and that's the only way we will go far. The sports ministry has its blame, athletes, federations have their blame. Currently, across board, even the football that used to make us happy, we are using painkillers, and like you said, it's not the original one. So the pain continues. The embarrassment is across board, and I'm not saying this because of the Olympics. We are relying on other countries to train athletes for us. You have athletes who probably know little or nothing about Nigeria, and once the competition is done, there are a lot of issues. But we keep hoping. That's the operative word in Nigeria. We hope for the best. So also, let me yield to you. I know you have a lot of things you still want to say. Let's probably go to Bielsa and talk about what's happening with the preseason tournament.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think 2 days ago. The Bielsa State Governor Diri, trying to get the football community busy with the preseason tournament. We've got some top clubs in the MPFL and one non-league team competing right there in Yenagoa. And top coaches also. There's Monday Odigye in there. There is Ladan Boso in there. It's quite a good one for football development, particularly the league that we don't get to talk so much about until when we're getting close to the start of the season. So match day 2, games already played at the Samson Siasia Stadium. I'm sure we'll get to see results from that here. When you go to the screen. But let's listen to the Commissioner of Sports, for Commissioner for Sports in Bielsa State, and Coach Ladan Boso, who is the coach of Bielsa United, talking about the competition and the importance for league football development in Nigeria.
This goes to buttress His Excellency Senator Doridi's avowed commitment to sports development in Bielsa State. And not just sports development, but specifically football development and enhancement. Over the past couple of seasons, Bayelsa State has almost languished in the bottom of the league, and His Excellency directed that he needs to see a different Bayelsa United this season, and so we're putting up the preseason competition here in Bayelsa, and of course you can see how all 8 teams here have used the opportunities to try out different formations and different players. For Bayelsa United particularly, I'm told, I wasn't here for the first match, but I'm told that the team that just finished playing is a completely different team from the first team, and that's the whole essence of the preseason tournament, and I wish all of them the best of luck.
Well, that's a very good game for us. But like I earlier said, we had 18 new players that joined the team, and we are still on a rebuilding process. We are just experimenting with every player to know the position they can play, where they can, how we can adjust them to cover the loopholes. We are still working. We lost the game when we are doing the attack. They had a counter and we were off position. I believe we'll correct all those mistakes. Like my head coach always said, we are just trying to put up a good team that will contest for the league share. The preseason is not most important to us, but if we have the opportunity to win it, we'll win it. But like it is now, we are still working.
Yeah, we have said it earlier, and we could not do what we know being best. Yesterday we had discussion with some of you. As I said, I have a culture, and the culture is I hardly lose much second half. As you can see, the first half, 1-1, second half, we were able to curtail their antics, and we were able to open up. As you can see, the very clean goal in the second half. And I believe Bayelsa United is it's a project that all of us must be involved. If you look at all other things, transfer from year to year, but here we have some young players that I know that with the shortest time we are going to be marketable for the interest of Bayelsa State as a state. Normally we want to register 35 players, and I believe the preseason tournament is meant for us to look at who are fit to be registered. So if you are doing that, it means every player that are proposed to be registered for the league must participate in this tournament. So the moment, as soon as you are progressing, other players will get a place to play.
Bayelsa State coach Ladan Boso, as a veteran coach in league football in Nigeria. And such a good one, the preseason tournament. There is Bayelsa United, Abia Warriors, Sunshine Stars, Aqua United, Kwara United, Bendel Insurance, Rivers United, and a non-league team, Crusader Feeders, competing at the Governor Doyediri preseason tournament. I'm sure you're ready to run us through day 2 results. I was seeing some interesting results already from the preseason tournament.
Just before I do that, Damilola has a thing or two to say quickly on this. Bayelsa, getting us talking across board, all sports. It used to be Rivers at some point. I think they've cooled down a little. But we want to be seeing this, and it shouldn't stop with this current administration.
That's the biggest challenge we've had. If you go back a little to when Eimba won the Champions League back-to-back, it's because of the governor that was there. And that's the challenge we've always had. Once you see a governor that is interested in sports, you need to go into some fasting and prayer to pray that the next person will also be interested. That's a good thing, but how it will continue when Governor Doyediri leaves it's a different story, and that's why we should be talking about building a system, a structure that can run independent of the individuals that are there, and that's where we must take it to. Not that ideas are not there, but how do we make them a system that runs on their own without me or you being present, or the governor, or the current commissioner being there.
All right. Well, like some have said, it's a reflection of the society we live in. You can't divorce what's going on with what's going on in the polity. All right, let's take a look at the result. Of course, match day 2 results on Wednesday. Let's start with Group A. Abia Warriors lost to Bayelsa United 2-1. Sunshine Stars, the Akure Gunners, lost to Aqua United by a lone goal. Let's flip and look at Group B. Kwara United defeated Crusaders, the non-league team, 1-0. Bendel Insurance and Rivers United played out 1-0 draw. It was a stalemate. Let's look at what's going to happen tomorrow. Friday's fixtures is what you're seeing now. Abia Warriors will be up against Sunshine Stars. Aqua United will be up against Bayelsa United. That's in Group A. Let's go to Group B. Kwara United up against Bendel Insurance. Rivers United up against Crusaders Football Club. And trust us, when we return tomorrow, we'll be telling you about the results from this. All right, let's move on. Damilola, it's time to talk about the ladies. Let's quickly talk about Edo Queens. And you were telling me your thoughts about them before we came on set. Your thoughts: 2 matches, 2 wins.
Yeah, good start for them. I think so far they've been impressive. The biggest worry I have with women football now is that our dominant place is no longer there.
Yeah.
You will say that, of course, maybe for the club competition is relatively new, and so we're never dominant at this level. If you say we are dominant, you are using the yardstick of the national team. But then you still expect that for the talent we have, we should be doing way better. For example, none of our clubs have won this competition. I think the best we've done is the latter stages of the competition itself. So, Edo Queens, this is not to water down what they've done. So far, the regional qualifiers, which is the WAFU Zone B, they started well, 2 games, 2 wins, and very healthy win. This one, 3-0 against Asaka's ladies. But let's see. I'm watching this with a very, I'm optimistic, but a bit careful. I don't want to to over-expect and then get disappointed at some point. Let's just take it a game at a time. I think that's what is most important. Qualify and then get into the Champions League proper, and then we'll see what happens.
I don't know if it's money spinning like the men, but that's an issue for another day. All right. Austin, your thoughts on this one? Some have said the WAFU B is not what they're worried about. It's when they get into the competition proper. Some have said qualify first because you take this for granted these days. You never can tell. And this third game, on paper, probably will be the toughest for Edo Queens.
Definitely, but then again, I mean, the sort of experience you have from the qualifiers can actually, signal what sort of experience you're going to have when the real competition starts. And we've seen it from past participants in Rivers Angels and Bayelsa Queens. So I think what Edo Queens need to do, and they've shown it. Remember the last time I was on the show, I said they've started well. They need to win this second game. They need to sustain the momentum. And we know the problem. It has to do with leadership and administration. So now that we've seen these girls doing their parts, everyone that is involved in ensuring that when they qualify, you do your part to give them a good experience, because the dots must connect. Talent doesn't just do it alone. I've said it over and over again that there are some things you do that you start winning even before you get on the football pitch or on the basketball court or whatever sport you want to play. Some countries win 80% before they go out there to do the physical part. I think that's what the Edo State government need to do. Support these girls. After every game, sit them down, go through a therapy session with them. Let them be a good psychologist to speak to them. Make sure that you connect everything. And they're going to do so well. No pressure at the moment. Let's see what they do of this third match. Qualify, and then just go out there and see, and express yourself the right way when everybody does their bit. And we'll come back to say beautiful things about Edo Queens.
All right, let's do a reality check and look at a CTREP. What does it look like? We start with results, then we go to the standing in the group. I'll go to the screen now quickly as I can. The results, of course, you look at Edo Queens down there, and that's all that matters to some of the Nigerian fans right now. Defeating Asaka's ladies 3-0, and of course you look at Etincelles, Omnisport Etincelles hitting their opponents with that amount of goal. All right, this is pleasing to the eye. It's good to see, and we hope it remains like this till the very end. Some people are getting ahead of themselves, saying there's no way Edo Queens will not get out of this group. But I would say let's exercise a bit of caution. There you have it. 2 matches, 2 wins. On the strength of that, 6 points, a goal difference of +8. Yet to concede. That is very good. Damilola, before I yield back to Austin, because we're going to the English Premier League, that's our next port of call. Your thoughts, Edo Queens. You feel that?
I think we've had a good start. Edo Queens have had a good start. It's commendable. But again,
from this point, what do you expect?
From this point, I expect them to continue doing well. You're not going to make me land myself in trouble.
And the show is recorded anyway. All right, let me go to Austin because we need to quickly wrap this up. So from this point, what do you expect? Keep consolidating until you get to the, I don't know if it's money spinning anyway, but to get to the main competition.
I think whatever it is, they just need to play for themselves. Women's football don't get the sort of attention that men's football gets back home. This is an opportunity for you to get on the continent, make some money, give yourself some exposure. Who knows, one North African team can come for you. I think at Joe Queens, they've shown some consistency. And that's why when we have an opportunity to say well done to people who are involved in it, to say well done to them, So with their next game, let's see what they can do, Yemi. But I'm confident they will qualify. The body language is positive. I'm confident they will qualify. As you said, we don't know what will be of them at the next competition. And I'm saying the way they qualify, all they will need to do is sustain the momentum. But we know the problem. They qualify now. People say all is well. And there are some people who want to maybe make money off the competition and then they will lose focus. Everyone needs to stay focused, eyes on the prize, stay to the objective, and go out there and with football, impossible is nothing.
All right. Our last part of call on the show will be the English Premier League is back. We saw the curtain raiser over the weekend, Manchester United and Manchester City. Now this is what is going to happen. Manchester United up against Fulham. Damilola, you have just about 40 seconds. Some reorganization in Manchester United. We're hearing that they still want to bring a few players in, but some of the old guard still available. I don't know how they're going to do that, but do you think we're going to see a different Manchester United this season?
We should see, but two things bother me. Number one is that despite all the reorganization, it still seems Ten Hag is keen on bringing players he has formerly worked with. The Delete and Mazraoui coming in. And I don't know what they have to do. If they have to go and pray, they should. Because one thing seems not to have changed. Their injury count is
still talking about Frankie de Jong as well.
Their injury count is also there. But I expect that Man should be able to get over Fulham tomorrow. If they don't, that would be a very horrible start for Man U. And they don't want to start struggling from the first night of the new season.
All right. Let's talk to the guy who's closer to where the action is. Austin, your thoughts. I feel they will fare better this season, but I won't go as far as calling them contenders.
Yeah, but they will hope to bounce back from that worst defeat, that worst experience that they had last season. That's the worst experience, I think, since 1990. Arsenal will hope to stop Manchester City this time. City will hope to start to continue their dominance. Ipswich, they're making a return to the league, so we're going to be seeing new faces also. But Yemi, the conversation dominating the start of the Premier League isn't about the teams. It's about the new rules that we'll be having in the English Premier League. For instance, they want to have fewer stoppages. They believe it is slowing down the excitement of the game. So the referee will have to do a lot of calls. The only time that the referee will consult the video assistant referee is only when he's sure that he made a mistake. They say, VAR, did you see something else? I'm coming to you to check. So you see, there'll be a lot of crying, wailing, sobbing. Oh, you should have gone to VAR. Oh, why did the same VAR that people condemned, they are going to miss it this season because the referees are now properly in charge. And that's what they're trying to bring to the game, to let people understand that the center referee is still in charge. He only has assistants in the video referee room that he goes to consult. So they want to enforce that now. And gracious goodness, I know that will really give us something to talk about when the league resumes. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right. A lot of people are happy. Spontaneity is back in the English Premier League, and so they'll be excited. All right. It's good to leave it there. Damilola Onifada, I want to thank you for your time on the show.
Pleasure, particularly when our weekend is coming back to normal.
Okay. All right. Everything you said is recorded. All right. That's the show today. We do hope you enjoyed everything. One more edition before the week runs out, and we'll be here to do it. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.